So I'm told we have back the Public Relations Officer of University of Calabar, Cross River State, Mr. Effiang Eyo. Good morning, sir. Are you still there with us?
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning. Good morning to
If I can get some volume, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, sir. So Professor Cliff, let me forget his full name. Ndefong is obviously the focus this morning because of the allegations of this sex for marks that we've always talked about for many years. I'd like you to give us a direct update from the school concerning the protest that happened yesterday.
Actually, yesterday morning, we had a group of students from the law faculty of the institution. They came around chanting, and they had several placards in their possession, and they said they wanted to see the Vice Chancellor. At the time that they came, the Vice Chancellor was already in a meeting with other management staff alongside academic faculty members of the law faculty. And since they came, they chanted, they were raising their voices, and we could see on the placards that they had genuine concern. The leadership of the body, that is the Law Student Association of Nigeria, the leaders were invited to see the Vice Chancellor and management in session. And when they got there, they raised a lot of issues which was behind their coming to see the Vice Chancellor. Issues such as what has been going on now, the sexual consent. So that wasn't actually the primary, it was one alongside. There are also issues of accountability, and then leadership issues. It's coming up in various forms. And they said it has affected them, affected the running of LOSAC, and even the operations as students in the faculty. And that they will want management to address those issues as it were. Okay. And the Vice Chancellor, on behalf of management, since he gave them really a good number of minutes and hours to speak, listened to them and thanked them for coming to lay their petition before management, and promised them right there that she would and her team look into all the issues concerned. And at the end of the day, we'll get back to the students. The students, the leadership, were very satisfied. And she even walked down from there, came down and addressed the other students who were on the ground floor and told them that she would definitely address these issues.
Okay.
And we'll get back.
What were the issues?
All right.
Get the issues.
That is what, yes.
What were the issues?
And let me add on a little bit. The meeting dragged on. When they left, that meeting between management and the staff of the faculty continued. It went very late beyond even official hours. So by today, before the end of the day, a statement will be officially issued.
Okay.
Okay. Before we wait for while we're waiting for the statement to be officially released, there's a question that many people have on Twitter, especially after this information broke, that why was he reinstated? Like, there was this issue in 2016, and he was suspended until found not guilty. And even though the case was dismissed, it wasn't a case of not guilty, it was a dismissed case. Why was he reinstated, and has there been other reports about this thing since then?
Well, I can answer that question to the level that I can. Now, you remember that the Vice Chancellor, the sitting Vice Chancellor, got him suspended from office and told him you cannot stay here in the university. Okay. When you have a matter before the court, you need to go out there, clear your name, clear yourself, before you can even return to perform any academic function. And so for that period of time, he was away. Some other person took over and went on. But the issue was that by the time he went there, cleared himself and came back. And when he came back, another Vice Chancellor was on the party. But his coming back was not that, it was not management that reinstated him. His coming back was purely his faculty concern. It is not the vice chancellor that appoints him. But because he appoints him. These are elected not by the vice chancellor, but by their faculty members.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess...
The faculty that will take that responsibility for his coming back and whatever role he was playing.
Okay.
Okay, so to
Are we together?
Yes, Mr. F. So if someone had gone through if someone has a court case, let's say, or someone has been accused of something like this, is it okay to just say, well, he's not appointed by, or he was not, he was appointed by the faculty members? Isn't there some sort of auditing, vetting that you do on the character of the sort of people that come into the university to work?
And to sit at
Since also in this particular case, it was dismissed and not that he was found not guilty, didn't the university find the need to do some in-house investigation on their own to make sure that the person that they were accepting was, above board?
No. You know that institutions still stand that uprightly. Especially under this
it's not so clear.
But the fact remains that he wasn't deceived. He wasn't deceived. And he went to court. That permission for Nigeria to he went to let me use the word.
I can hardly hear you. It's quite muffled. I would really have loved to hear this.
Hello, can you hear me?
It's a bit
so
muffled.
well.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, he went to court. And he won there in court. How do you win in court? He came back also. And he came back and reported that he went to court and he had paid himself and was permitted to go back, not necessarily to his office as this, but to teach. This is where he had cleared himself because he looked unto the court. If the court had said no, you were not right, no, you had issues, the court itself wouldn't have given the case in his favor. And we look onto the court. And so since they were only allowed to do the teaching and the research thing, but along the line to a timetable again for election of these, and it was like I said, it is the faculty staff who determines who leads them. Are we together? It is the faculty who determines who leads them.
Okay. We have with us our guest. Mr. Efeng, are you still there?
I'm still there.
All right, so let me get one more question for you. Go ahead, Toby.
Okay, so my question is, how did the university management handle this news, especially when you saw that the protest was now outside the four walls of the university?
I don't know how to come, I don't know how to get around it. But like I told you earlier, like I said earlier, management was already on the matter when the students came yesterday. And the students were invited in. What the students said had to shed much light on whatever information that has come in. So as at yesterday, management had a full grasp after the brief of the had full grasp of the situation, full knowledge, and had other information, even beyond what is out there, divulged to them right there. As I speak, management, I told us, management met yesterday, and that meeting dragged on for a long time beyond even official hours. So management met even, they were all there, and at that meeting, the decision definitely has been, like I said today, before the end of today, those decisions will be reeled out to the public.
All right. Okay, so the phone was initially muffled. We didn't hear what you said earlier. So there's another question that I would like you to...
Yes, I just wanted to also confirm again, because earlier when you were speaking, I didn't quite get it. Are you saying that before the protest came, before they gathered for the protest, management was already sitting on the matter, this particular matter that the children were protesting against?
Over the weekend, let me be precise. Over the weekend, the law faculty president, because we gathered that from them, had already sent a message to the vice chancellor that they would like to see her. So they came on the strength of that invitation. They had sent him and told them, please come. And since he was also aware that they had hesitations against the faculty as well, especially the dean.
Yeah.
We also invited them to come to the meeting. So the meeting was already on. The students said, okay, come in now.
Okay.
We're having this meeting. Come and just put your petition.
Okay, going back to the issue of the faculty hiring or rehiring, let me be sure I understand you. Because back in 2015, there was an allegation of rape against this same professor by a family saying that he raped their daughter. And remember that your school, the Unical, also had suspended this same professor for various reasons. You said that including tearing of the test script of the girl under very suspicious circumstances, relocating the test venue of the female student to his private office under the guise of getting her to recopy a test script he had earlier torn, an allegation of sexual assault and rape against him. So this man, your school suspended him. Now, it's 2023. This was back in 2016. How in the world is he still working in Unical?
I think I responded to that.
Please help us. I didn't get the question.
I have a mission where you say that the judiciary is the hope of the common man. He was suspended by the very university he worked in. And the university said, go to court and clear your name because you already been accused before a law court. You cannot continue to operate here in the office you are until you clear your name. That's the extent which the university had went at that time. And he went to court. All that period of time, he wasn't teaching, he wasn't even in research. He was out there. And as we say, unfortunately, he went through the court process. And eventually he won, and the court cleared him. The Nigerian court cleared him. And cleared him, and he came back to the university and said, look, yes, I was suspended. Yes, and because of so and so allegation. I've gone there to the court to show that I've gone through. That's not only what you said about me, it's true. It's a court, not about all.
Okay.
He never went through the court.
Yeah.
And he never succeeded in the court. In some way, this man would have been instituted. But the court affirmed it. And if the court has said this man has not done anything,
Well, they have
because
to
an institution wants to tell something he cannot do. You know,
Okay, so I understand that, Mr. Effiong. That is very clear now. I didn't hear it earlier. Now, in that situation, what lessons did Unical learn from that entire experience to put measures in place to ensure this doesn't reoccur, even if it ever, because that case was dismissed. As Mariam said, it wasn't found guilty or not guilty, it was just dismissed. So what measures did your school put in place to protect the students from something like this, even remotely reoccurring?
Let me tell you one good thing about this current administration. You know, a woman is understanding. And as I speak to you, we also have a Center for Gender Development. They are very, very conscious about the girl child. Very conscious about what happens to the female students we have and students generally. So ever since this Vice Chancellor came in, such things are not even condoned, nor welcome. And let me say it again that thing at that time was only peculiar to the law faculty. And I told us the circumstance to which he came through. But you won't find that reported in any faculty. I mean, then, because of the disposition of the Vice Chancellor, because we've been telling the students, if there is any case of this magnitude, please voice out, speak out. And that was what empowered the students. We've had situations like that in other things where students will just be quiet, and people continue to mistreat them and do what they like with them. But she told them, speak out. And that's ever since she came in, I must confess, students have been speaking out, not just on this issue, on several unethical issues.
Okay. Students
have been speaking out. And when they dare to speak out, she goes on like that to take decisions like we are saying, and which we are about to see again in this one of today.
Okay. That's fair enough. Any other questions?
Yes, I was just going to ask if before management heard this at the weekend, has there been any reports about his behavior? Did people hear anything? Did anyone ever report just as an individual before you heard at the weekend and before it escalated into a protest?
formally, I would say no.
Formally, you would say no.
Not formally. Not
Yes,
formally.
but you had heard. Okay, all right.
Not even this. It was just that day I started. After that, I heard other issues.
Okay.
All right.
If my office had even heard that before, then we would have been able to make it.
Okay.
So,
Go ahead, Toby.
So the hardest thing about this whole situation, and we've heard it over time, is that those people that are supposed to protect our children are the ones that expose them to situations like this. So my question would be, for instance, has there been a case where a lecturer was withdrawn from classroom and taken maybe to the office? Because I know that a university system has both academic and non-academic staff, without taking his job off him, just to reduce things like this from happening?
I guess maybe you never really actually read, or maybe because of so many news on the making the headlines. Under his administration, I know that about 2 HODs or so have been relieved of their appointments. I know that. And there is that constant warning and reminder that anyone who fails to live up to expectation will definitely be dealt with. And we have. Some have been relieved of their appointment, as they told you. So there's no sacred cow here. There's no sacred cow. There's a precedent already set before now under this administration.
All right.
The HODs, the deans are already all aware.
Let me let you go because I know you have to prepare for the press release your school plans to release later on today. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Effiong, for joining us on the show this morning. And your presence here shows that UNICA obviously is not going to take this laying low. So we appreciate your thoughts on this morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So we have to wrap up. But, I mean, I know it's good not to judge people. But when a case of a sexual allegation against a child and the case is dismissed, I mean, I don't know, for me, I would have loved to have cameras put in classrooms or something
I know what you mean,
you know,
yeah.
just, this is a grave offense. It's something that you think that, it's not something that you stole something and it was dismissed, that, oh, you can't prove that you stole something. This is somebody being allegedly raped. So even though the court says it's dismissed, but I've got to make sure I protect my kids.
yeah. So we know there's justice system. You know how someone gets away because
Technicalities.
Yes, technicalities, evidence. But you and I know that this is a possibility that could have happened. So, yes, I was hoping to hear that, we put this in place. We made sure that you
But
don't
he said
see...
that the new present administration are doing
Yeah,
a lot.
we made sure that students don't visit lecturers beyond this time. We make sure that it's an open plan office so everybody sees everybody. You know, those sort of things.
Those are
what I was
little things that
expecting,
actually make things better. But we'll wait for their official response later today and see how that goes.
Yeah.
Let's go on a break. When we come back, move on to another hot topic. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Thank you for watching. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing so you won't miss out any of our latest video.